So that's Wikipedia today. The online encyclopedia is down. It's gone dark for 24 hours, protesting the anti-piracy legislation that is being debated in Washington, the Stop Online Piracy Act. It's currently being taken up by Congress. It would stop websites from illegally publishing or selling copyrighted materials. It's a little more complicated than that, but that's basically what's behind it. And the Democratic Congressman Jared Polis of Colorado has been vocal against it. He joins us right now. And I know, and I do know it's more complicated than that, and sometimes people get lost in the weeds of this, but let me try to do this in order. And I want to know exactly why you're opposed to the bill specifically. But just to start out, for people watching, they say, boy, if somebody, writes a song or has a movie out, like the big media companies, including News Corp, which is our parent company, their argument would be, but you need to get paid for this. Some website overseas shouldn't be putting it up for free. And you say what?
Yeah, well, of course, I'm not wearing an eye patch. I don't support piracy, neither do many of the opponents of this bill. This bill will simply not stop online piracy. It misunderstands the very nature of the Internet. It has the wrong approach to reducing it by taking down entire sites, particularly sites with user-generated content. These are sites that you post to. It could even be a Fox News site where there's a comment section and people are arguing. You know what? One or two of those people might violate a copyright. They might post a link. They might post a picture that's not attributed. It's something they don't have the rights to. The correct answer is to take down that link, not disable the entire site, which is the approach of SOPA and PIPA.
Can we do that with legislation? And if so, what would that look like? I mean, you're a tech guy, right? I mean, just so people know your background, Boulder, Colorado, by the way, the big tech area. You're from Colorado. You made your money in technology before running for Congress. So what would the legislation look like that you would be okay with, where people could still get paid for what they do, but it wouldn't ruin or threaten the Internet?
It's really it's a follow the money approach. The problem is when people are stealing intellectual property and profiting from it. And where you have a money trail, you can absolutely go after that. That's why, along with Darrell Issa, we introduced the Open Act, which is essentially a follow the money approach to the International Trade Commission to make sure that the people who are engaged in piracy do not profit from it and are held accountable before the law. It doesn't disable the whole Internet, disable the domain name service system that really has created so much value for humanity.
Is there going to be because the Internet, I mean, it's not new, but it's still, I mean, historically it is relatively new. We're still trying to figure all this, however many years in. Is there a place where there will be sites, some sites that are blocked? The News Corp, our boss, essentially, Rupert Murdoch's been very vocal about this, and he says, they're already blocking, online pornography in some cases, and they're blocking hate speech in other cases. So there should be a place where you can put in place some block for this, protect intellectual property.
Look, those can all be privately blocked. Many, parents use filters and schools use filters to block pornographic sites. Those are all private decisions made by individuals or organizations. Governments, the precedence of governments officially blocking and setting up alternative internets is essentially what China does. Our government, our attorney general, should not have that power to block the Internet.
All right, you guys are winning, by the way, on that. Well, from what I've read anyway. And the thing that's interesting, this will be the last thing, Congressman, it was interesting to me anyway. A lot of people seem to change their mind on this. You had a senator that was a co-sponsor that's now against it. The tech lobby, we talk all the time about financial firms and their lobby. The tech lobby seems like it's fairly influential down there. Is that fair?
A lot less the tech lobby than users of the Internet that have called into offices. So, I mean, it's less kind of the grass tops as it was from the other side. It's really just users of the Internet saying, hey, we use these sites, we enjoy them, they're part of free speech, part of our culture, don't block these sites.
All right, Congressman Polis, thank you very much. We appreciate you coming on. And this is a big story. We're going to keep following it, so we'll have you back, hopefully.
Always a pleasure.
So,